flying cars, entry-level graphics cards, absurd gaming chairs, touchless doorbells. Greetings friends and enemies, this is Dave LeClair with Make Use of Tech Bytes, and we are here to take a look at the biggest stories from CES 2021. We are on the third day of the biggest tech event of the year, and there has been all kinds of crazy stuff announced so far. So without further ado, let us jump right in and look at the biggest stories from today. Here we go! I can't believe it, but 2021 is the year the future has arrived because flying cars are here. Flying cars have arrived, sort of, kind of. General Motors has announced a battery-powered personal aircraft at CES 2021. So before you know it, you'll be able to hop into your little electric aircraft and fly all around and live the life of the Jetsons and the Back to the Futures and all that good stuff. According to the renders and animations, yeah, that's right, they was shown off in renders and animations, not an actual flying car at CES, because I'm in my house, we're not at CES. Anywho, according to those renders and animations, the car can fly at 56 miles per hour, which sounds pretty decent. Not as fast as you're going to go on most highways, but it's a good little speed. And when you consider that you can go in a straight line instead of following the curvy roads, you'll probably get where you're going just as fast or faster than you will in a car, and you'll feel a lot cooler because you're flying. Now we should mention that this is very much still in the concept stage, so you won't be going out and buying one of these anytime soon. But the fact that companies like GM and Hyundai are thinking about these flying cars makes us think that, who knows, maybe in the next couple years we will be buying a flying car. We'll have to wait and see, but with as terrible as 2020 and the beginning of 2021 has been, any good news about the future is something that I'm happy to hear. And in our next story coming from CES 2021, there's a new graphics card coming from NVIDIA. The NVIDIA RTX 3060 is the company's entry-level model, and it looks like anything but an entry-level model because it looks like a heck of a graphics card. So the main thing that's going to grab your attention is the fact that it comes with 12 gigs of video RAM, while the much more expensive graphics cards comes with 8 gigs of video RAM, which seems a little backwards. Why would the cheaper model have more memory? That doesn't make any sense, right? So the memory only tells you part of the story. The biggest thing here is that there are far fewer CUDA cores and there's a slightly reduced memory bus, which basically means that in spite of it having more video memory, it has a lot less power. So the 3060 is set to launch in late February for $329, which is pretty solid for a card that supports ray tracing and all the other goodies that you get with the 30 series of cards. Now, will we actually be able to find one of these when it becomes available? That's the big question. NVIDIA has been struggling with stock in terms of the 3080 and the 3070 and the 3060 Ti. They're still basically impossible to find one of these cards. So we actually be able to get a 3060 at the end of February. Normally I'm not a fan of pre-ordering, but I think in this case, if you want one of these graphics cards, make sure to pre-order one, lock it down, because chances are you're not going to be able to find one if you just want to head out to the store or go online and order one once they become available at the end of February. Sticking with the gaming topic, Razer went nuts this year with its gaming chair concept that it showed off at CES 2021. Again, I mean, keyword here, concept, but holy, this thing looks ridiculous. I just say, here, take all my money, give me this chair, I must have it, I need it in my life right now. Razer's calling its concept chair Project Brooklyn, and really all we have to go on is Razer's description and some renders, but if those renders don't knock your socks off, you should probably check that pulse real quick, because this thing looks insane. So the concept features all the standard stuff that you get from a gaming chair, all the comfort and that style that gaming chairs are known for, but it also features a curved display that wraps around you while you're in there playing games. So it's almost like as close to virtual reality as you're going to get without having to actually go through the displeasure of strapping a headset to your face. Instead, you just lock into your little gaming cockpit and you are in the zone. Now, this is always the case with these concepts. I hate to stick a needle in the balloon and pop it, but we might never actually see Project Brooklyn come out for sale at any point. I mean, Razer makes these concepts every year at CES and at E3. They show off all kinds of crazy designs, and not many of them actually come out. Just don't get your hopes up that you'll actually be able to play games on Project Brooklyn, and if you ever do, rest assured, it ain't gonna be cheap. The big thing at this year's CES has been what they've been calling pandemic tech. And it's basically new devices and new gadgets that are designed to help us cope with living with the new normal. Some of them are rather weird, some of them are rather out there, and some are just kind of makes sense. And that's the case with this new ARLO Doorbell, which is actually designed to make it so that you don't have to touch the doorbell and you can still ring it. Which means if someone is delivering a package to your house, you have a friend coming to visit and they don't know who's touched the doorbell before them, they won't have to worry about that. So it really all kind of works automatically. As someone approaches your door, the ARLO Doorbell detects their proximity to the door, and when they get close enough, it will emit a little chime as if they had hit a doorbell button, except they don't have to touch anything. All they have to do is walk up to your door. So as cool as this sounds and as safe as it sounds in terms of keeping you from having to touch a doorbell, the problem is, how do people coming up to your door know that you have a touchless doorbell? They're gonna walk up to it and be looking for a button. They're gonna be trying to figure out what to do. Now, if it's one of your friends, you can tell them in advance, hey, just so you know, I have a doorbell that you don't have to touch. Just walk up to the door and I'll know you're coming. But if you have a delivery driver coming, if you have somebody bringing food to your house, they're probably gonna be a little confused when they see a doorbell without a button. They're gonna be like, what do I do with this? Can I wave my hands in front of it? They're gonna be like, why is it making noise? So that definitely seems like an issue that ARLO is gonna have to overcome. Maybe you could just put like a sign on your front door that says like touchless doorbell in use or something. If they become a widespread thing that everybody has on their house, then that's one thing. But if it's just like 1 out of every 50 houses has one of these ARLO doorbells, I could totally see that being confusing for people. All right, everybody, this has been another episode of Make Use of Tech Bytes. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for tuning into this episode. Make sure to like it, share it, subscribe to it, and hit the little bell thingy-majigger so you get the notification so you know when a new Tech Bytes comes out, because we are doing this every day this week to make sure that we cover all the cool stuff from CES 2021. And on a normal week, we are here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so make sure to subscribe. We will always be bringing you that big tech news, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.